So today we have a great fight on our hands. CW Supergirl versus MCU Captain Marvel versus DCEU's Wonder Woman. Who wins? Let's find out. So, as always, we have to talk about strength. Who's stronger? Well, Supergirl helped Clark stop a escape ship falling from orbit, easily stopped a helicopter before it could crash into a building, and she's lifted a plane while it was crashing with relative ease. She's overpowered Red Tornado and fought evenly with Superman, Vartox, Mon-El, Astra, and Bizarro Girl. She's lifted Fort Roz, which was a massive spaceship prison thing, all the way to space, and she's even lifted the key to the Fortress of Solitude, which weighed 1,000,000 tons, with a little struggle. Captain Marvel casually carried a spaceship from deep space to Earth, casually stopped a massive ballistic missile, called in its tracks, and then easily threw it back into space, and easily destroyed Thanos' massive spaceship and several Kree warships just by flying through them. And then she actually overpowered Thanos, the Mad Titan, someone who destroyed the Hulk in a fight and overpowered Thor. And lastly, Wonder Woman. She's casually tossed around 30-ton tanks and destroyed a bell tower. And she was able to fight against and even hurt guys like Doomsday, Ares, Steppenwolf, and even a post-resurrection Superman. Despite not being as physically strong as any of them, she was able to fight against them. Like, she was able to restrain Doomsday with her lasso, send Ares and Steppenwolf flying, and stagger Superman with a headbutt while holding back. I think that's the most impressive part. She was holding back when she staggered Clark with that headbutt. Uh, I'd say either Supergirl or Captain Marvel is the strongest one here, with Wonder Woman behind them by at least a little bit. Mm, I'd say Supergirl is stronger. After that, it's Captain Marvel, and then Wonder Woman. But now moving on to durability. Well, Kara is completely bullet and fireproof, only bothered by live wires, electric attacks, and was unharmed by an explosion to the face. She's withstood hits from Superman and just got back up after being sent flying by Astra, Red Tornado, Mon-El, and Vartox. She was also unharmed by Barry's electrokinesis, which only slightly staggered her. But even before Captain Marvel tapped into her true power, she casually walked off a fall from orbit. She was completely unfazed by a barrage of blaster fire from Thanos' warship. She didn't even budge after being headbutted by Thanos. You know, the Mad Titan Thanos dude who destroyed Thor and the Hawk in a fight. Yeah, didn't even budge when he headbutted her. And then she was only knocked out for a few moments after being blasted by the Power Stone. Yeah, it took an Infinity Stone to do any sort of damage to her. But Wonder Woman only smirked after being sent flying by a punch from Doomsday. She easily withstood being sent flying by Ares and Steppenwolf. She was still standing after the first headbutt from the post-resurrection Superman, and she withstood the second one that sent her down into the pavement. Also, Doomsday's and massive electric pulses didn't do much to her either. So this time around, if I really thought about it, I'd say Captain Marvel is the toughest one here, and then it's Supergirl, and then Wonder Woman. But now, moving on to speed. Well, when it comes to speed, well, Captain Marvel is last here. Well, I mean, apparently she can fly at light speed, but she doesn't have any real speed feats to note, really. I mean, that's it. Combat wise, she's about as fast as Thor or Thanos. That's about it. Diana is incredibly fast. She speed blitzed Ares, easily blocked a mortar with her shield, moved as a blur, blocked point blank bullets being fired all around her, and even blocked machine gun fire while running in a crouched position to save several hostages. But Kara has flown around National City in seconds, beat the Flash in a race, tagged Wally West, and Jimmy Olsen even says she's faster than Superman. Yeah, I'd say Supergirl is the fastest one here in terms of travel speed. Wonder Woman might be the fastest in terms of reflexes, and then Captain Marvel is last. So, they're all pretty physically powerful, with Supergirl being stronger and faster, and Captain Marvel being tougher, and Diana can hang in all three of them areas. And although Diana is the physically weakest one here, she makes up for it with her skill. She has centuries of fighting training with the Amazonians on Themyscira. She's an excellent martial artist, but she excels with her weapons, as she has mastery with all melee weapons. She's possibly the greatest fighter in the DCEU. I mean, if you think about it, I mean, who else is above her? Batman? Maybe? But anyways, I think she's the greatest fighter in the DCEU, and especially definitely the best fighter here. Kara isn't a fighter; she's a brawler. Simply uses her fists to take care of her enemies. But Captain Marvel, on the other hand, was actually trained in the Korean martial arts for at least a few years. She's not nearly as skilled as someone like Diana, but she does have a decent amount of skill, um, which will be useful. But now let's just move on to their weapons and versatility. Diana is armed to the teeth with magical weapons. With her sword, she's cut Doomsday's hand off. With her shield, wasn't even dented after a direct punch from a post-resurrection Superman. Her lasso restrained Doomsday and Ares, and her braces, when hit together, carries this powerful wave of energy that sent Doomsday and Ares flying back. All of her weapons are magically indestructible as well. Captain Marvel has her photon blast, which she projects out of her hands, and they have destroyed Kree warships, staggered Thanos, and sent Yon Rogue flying 100 feet. And Kara has her heat vision, which has matched Superman's, and her super breath, which can also be turned into a freeze breath, which has completely froze Scorcher temporarily, which shouldn't happen because his whole thing is fire. That's his thing. And she froze him completely. So, who wins? Well, either of them could win. Like, I really cannot stress that enough. Either one of these three could win. They all have advantages over the other, and that these advantages could carry them to victory. Like I said earlier, Supergirl is the strongest and fastest one here, and she has her heat vision and her super breath. Captain Marvel is the toughest one here, and she has her photon blast. And Wonder Woman is the most skilled and is armed to the teeth with her magical weaponry. But if I'm being honest, I believe Wonder Woman is actually winning this. Now, listen, I'm not being biased. Here's why. In a 1v1 with either one of them, Captain Marvel or Supergirl, I don't think Diana would actually win. But with all three of them duking it out, I just feel like she's the most likely to win. She can physically hang with both of them, but with her skill, greatly outclasses either of them. And then her magical weapons can definitely hurt both of them. If her sword can cut off Doomsday's hand, I don't see why I couldn't decapitate either of them. That's what I'm going with. That's what I'm thinking about. And I could be wrong, but I just got a gut feeling that her vastly superior skill and magical weapons will take Diana to the victory here. I'd say Wonder Woman wins after just an amazing fight between two of the most physically powerful heroes in cinematic history. Yeah, Wonder Woman wins. Like and subscribe if you did enjoy. Leave a comment of what you think and hit the notification bell to be notified of all my future videos and all the great stuff. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.